Welcome, everybody, to the Team Lead Talks podcast. I'm your host, Andrew Becker, out of Alexandria, Virginia. On today's episode, we have Grant, who is the CEO and co-founder of Comarketing.com. Thanks for being with us, man.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, brother.
So, dude, let's just jump right into it. What is Comarketing.com? Give us a high-level overview.
Yeah. Comarketing.com is you kind of think of it like a platform to power your partnerships. We work not exclusively, but we work primarily in the real estate industries, real estate agents, investors, property managers, and we help them take referrals that they've been sending out to home services for years and getting nothing in return for it. And we help them monetize that through Comarketing.com. And home service providers partner with them, buy leads, close deals. It's a simple platform, simple framework, really, but it's one that is definitely generating a lot of excitement.
Yeah, before we get into comarketing.com a little bit more, where did this idea come from? Like, how did you decide to start comarketing.com?
Well, I've been in the real estate industry for quite a bit of time. I've been in, I think, since 2012, 2013, and primarily on the marketing, advertising, sales side. And I built several very successful companies. And for several years recently, I've been doing a lot of high-level consulting for team leaders. And I noticed this trend over and over and over again, where all of these teams were sending so many referrals out to home service providers, but they weren't getting anything in return for it, except the promise of future business. Like, oh, I promise I'll send somebody your way.
Right.
And like, that never really amounted to anything. And so I finally was like, can I just do this for you? Like, let me come in, I'll build out this little program and I'll get vendors to pay, for leads. And one of the team leaders was like, all right, yeah, sure, go ahead. And I made him $7,000 in 7 days. And he was like, okay, well, that worked. And I was like, yeah, it worked. I told you it was going to work. Yeah. So we got up to $14,000 in monthly recurring revenue for his business in less than 30 days. And then I did it with another team and another team and another team. I did it in the US. And I did it in Canada. And it just worked everywhere we went. And the homeowners the home service providers were really happy because they're getting really high quality leads that are exclusive, that they don't have to share with anybody. And the conversion rate is like 70 to 80%. It's like a dream. And the real estate professionals that I work with are super happy because they're now monetizing something, making money off something that they've been doing for a long time, but they've never been getting paid for. So it's kind of like this business match made in heaven, and we're kind of in the middle of it.
Kind of like a found revenue stream from stuff that they had been doing all along anyways in the first place, right?
100%. It's like, you guys are already doing this. Like, you're doing 95% of the work. You're just not getting paid for it. Like, we're just that little bitty solution that you pop in place. And now all of a sudden you can monetize this.
Yeah. So that's super interesting. You kind of systematize the referral to the home services. Let's define home services first, and then I want to jump into like how the mechanics work and how it actually works. But what do you mean when you say, just so everyone understands, home services, Grant?
In a traditional real estate environment, like, a lot of people think mortgage, title, insurance. Those are actually the only few industries that we don't really work with because we don't want to get into all of the rest of the regulations. Right. We work with all of the ancillary home services, moving, roofing, painting, flooring, HVAC, handyman, all of the services related to the house itself, which is something that NAR did a study a couple of years ago. There's an average of roughly $86,000 in revenue generated at the point of a real estate transaction tied to these ancillary services. So it's something that's just like, man, it's right there. It's people that want to paint when they move in, or change the floors, or get the house cleaned and need a new lawn and landscape company. So it's all of those services.
Okay. So walk us through. I'm an agent on a team, and I find out about comarketing.com. It seems super interesting. Like, how does it actually work? How does the vendor relationship on your side work versus my side of bringing them leads? Can you walk us through what that actually looks like and what you experience here?
Yeah. Think of comarketing.com like infrastructure. So a lot of times what I kept hearing when people are like, yeah, we want to do this, but we don't know how to do it. We don't know how much to charge. We don't know how to track it. We don't know how to do the agreements. We don't know how to manage the payments. And so that's really all that comarketing.com does. Whenever somebody creates an account, which they can do for free, they get what we call a network page, which is kind of like a website that has all of your vendors already pre-built onto it.
So they're my vendors, or like pre-vetted comarketing.com vendors in my area?
Both.
Or both. Okay.
Yeah. A lot of people that come to us, they already have a few vendors that they really like. And so they can add those people into the system. And then it depends on, we obviously have a subscription, we're a service. So if you have a certain subscription type, we'll actually reach out to your favorite vendors for you and we'll get them onboarded. If you have a
Right.
different type, you're kind of doing it on your own.
Okay.
But when you create an account, you get that network page, you add your vendors to it, and then they come on and they start agreeing to buy leads from you essentially. And so whenever you have a lead to send, you just go to your little network page, which is a simple link you can save on your phone, and you enter the name, email, phone number, the address, whatever type of service it is that that person's requesting, and then you send that lead off. And then we give the home service provider their own side of the platform where they can manage every lead, their payments, all of that stuff. That makes it really, really easy for them. So that's how it works. It's pretty simple, actually.
That's very cool. So just so I understand and can, articulate this back to you, I'm an agent. I have a listing at 123 Main Street and it needs landscaping and painting. I have an agent portal that I log into. And then there are service providers for landscaping and painting that are on the other end of comarketing.com. And I say, hey, I have this listing coming up within this time frame. I need these two things. And I click two buttons and it sends it to just those two people, or like a lot of different service providers, or like how do I know who it's going to that get to claim it? Is it just me, like one to one, or
Yeah,
one to many when I'm sending it out?
it's a really good question. Typically, it's 1-to-1. So in the scenario that you just gave, it's like, oh, I know I need a painter and I know I need a landscaper. And typically, one of two things has happened. You've already added your favorite painter to the platform, so you're just sending them a lead. Or you're like, you know what, I got a painter, but I don't have a landscaper. So we have this tool in comarketing.com. It's called Partner Finder that we're about to release. I've been doing all this work manually for a couple of years, so I'm happy that this is coming up.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. Awesome.
Yeah. So when somebody activates what we call Partner Finder, we
Yeah.
will actually go find you a landscaper in your area to partner with.
Cool.
And right now, like I said, I do all that stuff manually. So when a company's like, hey, I need a landscaper, like I go to work and I find them a landscaper in the area. Well, my team and I do. But that's about to be automated, which is, I'm pumped. So
Very
then
nice.
it's like, okay, we found you the highest rated, highest reviewed landscaper in your area. They're willing to buy leads. Here's how much they're willing to pay. And then so when you send that lead to him, you know you're going to make $75 or whatever the agreed upon amount is. And then the landscaper gets the lead. So it's both ways. Like if you have your own partners, you just load them into the platform, you can start sending them leads. Typically, it's a partnership platform. Like you've come to some type of an agreement, or we've done that for you. We don't what I discovered is that most of these home service providers are so sick of platforms like Angie's List that make them buy these really expensive leads and then they've got to instantly share them. And so we typically don't like spray and pray, like just send that same lead out to like 3 different people, because the exclusive part of this is really one of the unique value props. And so you're typically just sending one lead to one painter that you know. And then if we've found you a partner, like a landscaper or a roofer or whatever, you're sending that one lead to that one partner.
So you're hyper organizing this for me, the agent who has these people in my Rolodex, just to kind of keep track of everything, because we all know how crazy and chaotic some of these transactions can be. So, okay. So you mentioned something earlier about like the agreed upon fee. What do you mean by that? Like walk us through, like, how do you establish that? What's the norm? Like, can you expand on that?
100%. Yeah, it's a great question. Like a house cleaner doesn't pay as much per lead as like a moving company would, right? And so through all of this work that we've done over the last couple of years in a couple of different countries doing this, have really gotten a very good understanding of what each industry is willing to pay per lead.
Like averages in each category.
Averages, et cetera. Okay. And I want to be really clear on that. It's per lead. So the moment you hit send, whether that person does business with that person or not, you're going to get paid. And that's
so obviously this is something the vendor has pre-approved or agreed upon.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. The vendor has said like, okay, I have 3 different services. I'll pay $75 lead for this one, $125 lead for this one, and $20 for this one. And so whatever, type of lead that you send over to them, that's how much they pay the moment you hit send.
Wow.
And typically we have had a conversation, or we've sent the home service provider a calculator that they use to determine how much they're willing to pay based off of the service type. The reason that we have so many people that love this is because the home service providers are typically getting a 10 to 12x return on their ad spend with comarketing.com. So it's really profitable. It's really profitable.
Can you touch on that real quick? What do you mean by their ad spend on comarketing.com?
We if you're not familiar with advertising, there's a term. It's called ROAS, ROAS. Well, you're in
Yeah.
advertising. You're very familiar with this.
Yeah.
So we have our version of that is ROCS, ROCS, return on co-marketing spend. So when I'm doing co-marketing with you, Andrew, if I was buying leads from you, if I buy a lead from you for $100 and I close $1,000 deal, well, my ad spend or my co-marketing spend, that's what I'm referring to is, you're
Okay.
the one
So the
getting all the
amount,
money.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The
Yeah.
amount they're willing to pay
The
per
amount they're
lead.
willing to
Okay.
pay
I
per
thought it was
lead.
something different, but okay,
No,
that
no,
makes
no.
sense.
Yeah.
Cool. Nice. Okay. So I have this need for services. I send it out and I get paid. How does this work though with like, I'm sure quality issues come up or like different things come up. Are you also internally in co-marketing, like ranking these people? And is there like an internal review system? Like how are you guys policing this or keeping track of it?
Yeah, it's a great question. We in 2026 will have a review system where agents can review home service providers and home service providers can review real estate professionals, investors, property managers, whoever.
Yeah.
And that will be public. It won't be private or internal. What we've seen though has been pretty cool. Like the reality is like if I am in real estate and somebody's like, "Hey, I need a good painter. Do you know anybody?" If I'm making that introduction, it's that it's like it's that old word of mouth philosophy or referral
Yeah.
philosophy, right? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
we're just giving you a kind of a new way to monetize it and track it.
And you brought that process online to organize
Yeah.
it. And
Normally
yeah,
that's what's like, well, let me text you to my guy and like he'll
right.
take care of you. There's zero follow up. You have no idea what's going on. We've kind of formalized it in a way where you can send a lead through a system now and you can literally track it because we ask the home service providers to update us. Have you contacted them? Is it pending? Are you estimating like where are you at? Have you won the
Cool.
deal? And so you can see what's going on with every single lead that you send over.
Cool.
Definitely have formalized it in a way. So right now what we're noticing is of the people that report to us, because not everybody does, we're seeing a
Hmm.
sub 70 to 80% conversion rate on the leads.
Very
And
cool.
this far in excess beats Facebook, PPC, Angie's List, all of these other strategies based off of what people have told us. And so right now it's kind of like self-policed because if you send up too many bad leads, guess what? They can stop paying you for leads.
They're gonna bounce. Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess.
like you don't want to come in here and scam them or try to take advantage of this situation because they can always opt out and say, "Hey, I don't want to do this anymore," and then we
Yeah.
find them new partners. But
Cool.
that's the way that it works currently. We will have a public review system in 2026. We just haven't gotten to building it yet.
I like that. Yeah, you mentioned Angie's List. I think it's like Angie now or whatever it is.
Angie,
But
that's right.
are they technically one of your competitors? Like I don't know of anyone else really doing anything in the real estate world quite
No,
like that.
nobody's doing anything like this. We're definitely first, 100%.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that in a braggadocious way. I heard so many people for so many years say, "Oh yeah, we want to do that," but and
Yeah.
then finally I got sick of it and was like, "Well, I'm going to do something about it." And now that I've built Comarketing.com, I was like, "Oh, that's so genius." I'm like, "No, it's
Dude,
not.
it's
Like, it's just
so
this really
genius.
simple business model."
I don't even I don't even fathom or can't fathom how many referrals that I've just given.
Right?
Like, I don't know.
Yes.
I
Yes.
try your best to be like, hey, Grant, I sent you this whatever. Like, what happened? You're like, oh, I haven't gotten a hold of them. And you're like, okay, out of sight, out of mind. I'll never ask Grant about that again.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
No. I think Angie's List is like a perceived competitor, just simply
yeah,
because it's leads. Like if I'm
yeah,
buying a lead, it's like where am I going to buy all these leads? Where am I going to buy leads from?
right.
But it's different because Angie is consumer driven. Like the consumer is going to Angie House, Thumbtack, and they're opting in
Yeah,
for something. This
right.
is a little bit different because the consumer's not opting in per se. Like they didn't come to this website and opt into it. They said, "Hey, Andrew, do you know a painter or do you know a roofer or do you know a mover that could help me take care of this thing?" And so it's more of a word of mouth situation. So it's definitely a different type of lead. It's a much higher quality interaction because it's like a way to monetize word of mouth referrals. But
Yeah,
I think there's a lot of perceptions like, well, who am I going to pay? Am I going to pay Angie or comarketing.com or Facebook or Google?
right.
And so I think we get thrown in there. I don't know that I would call us competitors, but I'm sure a lot of people would.
Gotcha. Yeah, it makes sense. So I'm curious if there like I love this system. It's really cool. I wish I had it when I was in sales and
Yeah.
on running my team that I had. But my question is there like an angle for the agent per se to use this as a value add to the prospect before they become a client? And what I mean by that, Grant, is like I go to 123 Main Street and you live there, and I'm like, hey, I'm a real estate agent. I can sell your house. Oh, by the way, here's this branded Andrew page with all these different trusted known service providers that you can, not have to figure out who you need to cut down your tree. I have a guy for that. Do you see that? Is that a thing yet?
Yeah, 100%. I don't know that I see it as much pre, doing business. Like if I'm door knocking and it's like, oh yeah, I've got all these vendors. It's maybe a
Right.
value prop, but I'm definitely seeing it in the middle of a transaction and post transaction. And in this age, especially the last couple of years with commission compression, all these things going on,
Yeah.
it was like, man, this is a way to become valuable beyond just the real estate transaction. Because now I have a reason to call you in 3 months and be like, hey, it's springtime. You guys have your lawn and landscape company picked out yet? If not, I've got a trusted partner that can help you. Oh, by the way, do you know anybody that's thinking about buying or selling a house? Like, we're always
Yeah.
looking for a reason to talk to somebody, right?
Yeah.
And so this gives me a reason to, not become like your home manager. Like, I don't know if I want that job, but it definitely gives me an excuse to call you and be like, hey, you were talking about painting the house when we got moved. Did you end up doing it? No, here, let me connect you with my guy. So I am absolutely seeing companies building I have one company that they ended up hiring somebody as their head of like customer experience. And her entire job is to manage these vendor relationships and then talk to customers and ask like, hey, do you need anything right now? And so I'm watching it every day. She's selling leads like crazy to different vendors based off the conversations she's having. So I'm watching this increase the number of referrals that a lot of the companies that we work with are getting, because naturally when you're talking to people more about what's going on in their home, and it's like, man, Andrew's taking care of us. He's always calling us. He's always checking on us. He's always got all these people that can help us with all these
Right.
different things.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
100% growing the referral volume on the back end.
Cool. How does this work? Like if someone listening right now is like, oh my gosh, I didn't know this was a thing. I want to take advantage and learn more about it. Like, and they wind up meeting with you and signing up, like, what's the cost associated with it? How long does it take to get set up? Like, can you walk us through that part of it?
Sure, yeah. I'm going to give you a unique link that you can post in the show notes, but anybody can go to comarketing.com. It is free to create an account. Anybody can create an account for free. We have subscription tiers based off of the number of partners you have or leads you sell, or any of those types of things, which you can see on the site. But it's 100% free for anybody to come to the platform and sign up and just kind of see what it's all about. And normally it takes you 60 seconds to create your account. Within literally a couple of minutes, you can have added your vendors based on your subscription plan. We'll actually go and sell your existing vendors on partnering with you using this as well. But our subscriptions range from $0 all the way up to $297. And then the way that we really make money is we charge a percentage of all of the lead volume sold. So if you sell a lead for $100, we make $12, right? So we just charge a small platform fee
Gotcha.
for all of the infrastructure that's being provided. So really simple sign up process. You add your vendors whenever you come on. And then if you want, we'll actually go find you more people to partner with. There's 30
If you need to find
different
different vendors in different categories.
Yeah, there's 30 different industries that you can partner with. And there's things that I think that will surprise you. Like I always knew that moving was the number one partner that a real estate
Yeah.
agent should have.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't realize that the second most valuable partner was like a cleaning company. So there's things that I'm learning as we're doing this. I'm like, oh, that's really interesting. Like I didn't realize that a cleaning company is just crush it with what, if a cleaning company has a real estate partnership, like they're going to make bank, like they just crush it with this. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of interesting things like that. But that's
What's the average if cleaning crews are number two? I think I heard you say. What's the average like sale of a lead for a cleaning crew?
it ranges, but I'm seeing like $50 to $75 for some of these cleaning companies buying leads, because you have to think it's not like typically a one-time thing.
Yeah.
The cleaning businesses are subscription-based businesses. So if you have a cleaning client, typically you're going to make anywhere from like $200 to $600 a month
Mm-hmm.
on that customer. So these cleaning companies are paying a lot per lead. I was really surprised.
Yeah.
I see like assembling companies like put furniture together and do mechanical work and
Yeah.
stuff like that. They charge like $8 or $9 lead. They pay like $8 or $9 lead. It's not very much.
Okay.
Moving companies are the
Every little bit
best.
counts though, right? If you're an agent and you have this scenario going on.
Everything, yeah. I don't think agents realize how. I don't think agents realize their value. I don't think that real estate agents, property managers, or investors realize just how much business they refer to these different industries in a local community.
No, I think you're right. Yeah.
I don't think, because I've observed it, and then when you get into it, it's like, well, I refer to the photographer, and I do the gift company, and I do this company and that company. And I don't think if you sat down and thought about it, there's probably a dozen people you've referred in the last month for random stuff that you're not even thinking about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Man, that's genius. I love this so much, dude. I got to talk to you about something after this. But
That sounds awesome. Yeah.
Grant, if someone wants to, I know we've said comarketing.com a
Number
lot.
one way. Yeah. Number one
Yeah,
way.
number one way to get in touch with you, figure out if it
100%. Yeah.
makes sense, and get involved with what you guys are up to.
1000%. Yeah. It's the number one way to connect with me directly too. Is just go to comarketing.com. I see, I'm a little bit of a obsessive. So I see every account created. I'm paying attention to everything. So yeah, connect with
Nice.
me, reply back to one of our emails. I'm the one that responds to them all. So 100% the
Very
best way to
cool.
connect with us.
Well, Grant, this is a fantastic idea. Again, I wish I had known about this 12 years ago. I don't
Yeah.
know if it existed. When did you
It
create
didn't,
this
it
company,
didn't
by the
exist 12 years ago. We're 2 years
way? Okay,
old now. We're going into our third year.
very cool. Well, congratulations on the enormity of the success so far. I can see this really being a thing that kind of like builds and builds because there's such great value here. So thank you so much for being on the podcast, man. It was awesome.
I really appreciate it, man. Really do.
All
Thank
right,
you.
man. Yeah, we'll talk soon.